Hello everyone, and welcome to Mabinogi, where we are continuing along the chain/quest line. We're going to head back into Piyaka, where these are just the skills, the items that we have here. I like that it kept like our regular gear here, but then it completely annihilates the rest of your like inventory. I don't know why it keeps having an issue there. Merlin sure looks hopeful about this whole endeavor. Serene, I have to tell you something. What Eiren told you to ask me about. What was that about? Suddenly he blushes. Is that advice? Merlin makes a show of clearing his throat before continuing. Please tell Eiren that, I'm not that scared boy I used to be. I've learned and grown so much as a person. I've become the leader of the Ace Heroes. She doesn't need to worry about me anymore. Merlin looks as though a huge weight has been lifted from his shoulders. Surely Eiren will know what he means. I'm glad that's off my chest. I hate keeping things balled up inside. Now please, meet with Eiren again and tell her what I've told you here. He then turns around and immediately dashes off. I don't like this place. I don't know if it's Piyaka itself or if it's just this like tutorial area, but there seems to be some kind of weird bugs and glitches with like the collision here, because you regularly get stuck, especially on like that wall there, like that door. And see right there, I got stuck for a moment. I don't know what it is. He winks at you and approaches. You didn't forget what I asked, right? Hurry, go talk to Eiren. That's literally the only dialogue, isn't it? Nope, that's the only dialogue. Okay. Once again, you reach out your hand to touch the crystal smooth surface. A strange chill creeps up your fingertips and across your whole body. Came back. Welcome. Have you adjusted to having a slaw? It's a bit tricky, I know. But you're already doing much better than I expected. Perhaps it's because you're a Militian. Said that I'm more like you. So much has changed since I was sealed away. There's so much to learn about the world now. What's happened to Eiren while I've been gone? Are Merlin, Silent, and Professor J doing alright? And who are the new members of the Aces? Perhaps one day I can break free and see them again. Till I can break free of the seal, I can only talk to you. That's alright. You're pretty interesting after all. Do you know how I came to be sealed? She continues calmly. It's strange to speak of it after all this time. You already know that Fomor blood runs through my veins. See, one of my parents was a Fomor. Yeah, you wouldn't know it from my look, because I was lucky in that respect. But where I wasn't lucky was being born with a slaw. Her calm voice suddenly takes on a dark tone. It's a terrible burden, as you know. A blight that has followed my family across generations. Still, once I learned to control it, I wouldn't have traded it for anything. Slaw's power and strength is what led me to the Aces. Yay, there's that picture again. Even bickering as often as we did, my best memories are of the Aces. They were the one bright spot in my life. Aaron's expression softens at the memory. But the Fomors seek power, and mine was irresistible to them. As I was in an endless struggle against them. But no matter how skilled and powerful I was, there was always a limit to how much I could do. Fomors grew more persistent with each passing day. The numbers ever increasing, always attacking. Some days it was all we could do to keep them at bay. I realize now what they were doing. They were testing my physical and mental limits. They never stopped trying to push me past my breaking point. I'm sorry I can't keep talking about this. It pains me to remember. On my outside, I may look completely still, sealed inside the crystal. But on my outside, I'm full of regret, even anger. It's the slaw running rampant, burning footprints of fire into my soul. Her voice quavers and she shakes her head. You must make absolutely certain that you are well armed against your slaw. I'll teach you another method of controlling it. You must prevent the slaw from taking over your body. It's a fate I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Luckily, yours isn't as strong as mine, so you'll never need to do something as brash as sealing yourself. Let me tell you, it's still fun. Now then, are you ready? See if we can't strengthen our resonance this time. Close your eyes and just relax. Here we are. Your new favorite training spot, right? Haha. You remember how to leech torture from your enemies and use it to supplement your own skills, right? Well, sometimes the situation requires a large amount of torture right away. In those cases, use the torture conversion skill. Can transform HP into torture on the spot. You're basically feeding a large amount of HP to the slaw. But do that too much, you may end up worse off than you started. For practice, I've made it so you can only get torture through torture conversion, and the monsters you're about to face can only be harmed by Chain Impale. Practice torture conversion by using Chain Impale to attack. If you need HP, use some potions. So 1 to activate torture conversion, F1 to use Chain Impale. Most excellent, Serene. Give it another go. Good work, Serene. Remember, skill is really only intended for emergency situations. Out there in the real world, you should prioritize other Chain Blade skills. Like, for example, Chain Crush. Chain Crush grapples a distant enemy, swings them up into the air, then crashes them down into the ground. You barely have to lift a finger to damage your enemies with this one. I've replenished the health you lost to torture conversion. Now remember, normal attacks leech torture, and consuming it is how you make Chain Crush truly devastating. So with this skill, it actually requires 2 torture. Or maybe not. Let's see. Pretty sure I used 2. Maybe not in this test environment. Oh. I don't know why it's still alive. There it goes. Haha! The more I see, the more I'm amazed at how quickly you learn. Suppose I should expect nothing less from a member of the Ace Heroes. Now it's time for a real test. Defeat all of the summoned ghosts. Time to use everything you've learned. I don't actually need the torture conversion, like, at all. Looks like you've taken a shine to your trusty new Chain Blade. Also, while these ghosts can be killed here, don't try to come to Piyaka with a Chain Blade. Like, really, just don't. It doesn't work. Your form could use some work, but you ought to be proficient with the Chain Blade in no time. That's all the energy I have for today. So don't have any limitations when one is sealed. You can continue your lessons again soon. Yay! The air begins to shift and swirl around you. If it wasn't for the seal, using this much mana would be easier than breathing. Nothing we can do about it for now, though. If I could, I'd teach you everything I know today, but it's better that you improve your form first. For now, use the Chain Blade to practice Chain Crush. We can cover more the next time I see you. Ask where to learn torture conversion. You should get used to your Chain Crush first. Torture conversion is useful when you're desperate, but it burns a lot of HP. You'll need the edge. Chain Crush skill should have a minimum of rank A. You want to use torture conversion without straining yourself. Got it? Torture is pure darkness and strengthens the Slaw's power. It's a manifestation of the enemy's rage, pain, fear, and violence. It's a darkness that can be found in even the best of us. And the Slaw feeds on that darkness. I used to hate it. I hated what it made me. The fact that I grew more powerful from the pain and suffering of the others sickened me. But I learned to live with it and use that power to protect what was good in the world. Scarlet said, well, she also thought it could be a force for good. She made me feel worthy. Eiren brightens every time she talks about the Ace Heroes. What was it Merlin wanted to say to Eiren? Tell her what Merlin said. Quickly relay Merlin's message. Merlin said that. There's always a mischievous little brat. Seems he's finally grown out of it. Perhaps Scarlet sees the good in him too. I still remember how upset he got when Scarlet was sad. Of course, he'd never admit to anyone but he always had a soft spot for her. She paused for a moment in quiet contemplation, then continues. Millicent, never forget who and what you are. Never forget why you want to be stronger. If you lose sight of that, well, you might end up just like me. I think that's enough of that subject. Till we meet again, consider what I've told you here today. Then, your return to the real world your return to the real world feels as though you're rising back up from the depths of the ocean. Merlin will want to know you relayed his message. Dr. Merlin, you heard what I said, right? Tell Merlin about your conversation with Eiren. She actually complimented me. I mean, past or present, I've always been pretty great. I'm just glad she's finally acknowledging it. You look like that just made your day. Friends have always been happy to get Eiren's approval. He's always looked up to her. Well, she's always been pretty amazing. There's no better role model than her. That's definitely something we can all agree on. Seems Eiren's importance to the group has been understated up to this point. If she could see us now, I know she'd be proud. They clatter among themselves excitedly. Or chatter, rather. Once Eiren can speak to them again, it'll be wonderful to reunite the Ace heroes. Sealed hero complete. Yep, I see that. The Chain Slash Blood of the Femora is now complete as well. Chief Rank F of Chain Crush. Yeah, buddy. That can go into number 3 slot. I think. I can hit the right buttons, honestly. Yes, I do have that in the number 3 slot. No, I have that in the number 4 slot. Chain Crush. There we go. Because I have another skill there. Torture Conversion. Complete Artifacts of Being Rua quest. It's obtained during the quest/talent scenario quest. Right here. Artifacts of Being Rua. Reach rank A of Chain Crush. Talk to Merlin. A twinkle in time. Let's go talk to Merlin. Merlin, what's bothering you? I'm not sure yet. I'm just thinking. May as well talk it through. What were you thinking about? Eiren always tried to control her power on her own. Can't believe all her effort was for nothing. That's true, but she tried everything. Sealing herself was the last resort. There must be another way. I agree. There must be something we're missing. Why didn't she tell us or ask for help? She wrote in her journal that, as the nights grew darker, she felt further crushed by the weight of the power within her. Read her personal journal? Wait. Merlin's expression suddenly brightens with hope. Starlet, you're a genius! What? What are you talking about? I mean, of course you've always been brilliant, Starlet. I was asking about... We know, Jay. Moving on. That journal could be the key. She put everything in that journal, including the details about her struggle with the slaw. Then there might be hope after all. Yes, she must have documented everything she tried. Maybe we can build on one of her ideas. But where is it? Everyone falls into silence as they consider where they might find such an old lost book. That is a question. Talk to Eiren in Dunbarton Bookstore. Okay. Let's just talk to the bookstore about, hey, where can I find, somebody's personal journal? Yeah, sure, that's great. I'm sure she will know. I mean, yeah, she does. We do find out that, yes, she does, but still, I'm sure she knows. Oy. Anybody around out here right now? Summer's on channel 1. There's a few people around in guild, but not really. That's alright. One thing I do want to do real fast is go ahead and... Oh, she's in training. I can't go there with a summoned creature. Let me just handle Kana here real quick. Because I have been trying to train her a little bit. And complete that training. Get that +7 to int. Nice. What do I still have in the way of points for training? 120, not bad actually. Go ahead and train that strength then. That is unique weapons. Get that 8. And then I want to look at missions too. That one she'll be able to handle. This one, yeah, she can handle these. In fact, I think she can handle any of these. What am I currently sending her on? Speedy handling? That's this one. Collect daily logs? Yeah, she can handle that, I think. What about Red Shadow? 6? I have to check her stats again, but I think she's pretty close to 6 on these. So, I'll have to look. But yeah, that'll be nice if we can do that. Let me get my square tool loaded up here, because we do actually have a high enough command level here that we can add a second unit. But in order to do that, we have to have a high enough likability. I think it's 3. And I want to get airless into my party, or into my squares here. So give me just a moment to get that loaded up, and we will be back. Alright. Let's talk to airless here. Don't remember because you don't impress me. Yeah. You want a conversation with me? So, fashion. So, dating. I'm on the 16th entry, by the way. Cooking. Oh, yep. I see that. Cooking is... Wait, what? We'll talk about cooking. According to this, your next one is supposed to be... Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't see that, the level 1. Cooking is training. Yes, okay. We're good. Are you talking of training at Beltane? Well, everyone is saying that is quite tough, but I'm not sure. For me, it all seemed rather easy. Ho. Perhaps it was tough for people like Kana. Kana? That dunce. Maybe there's a story. Here. They look happy. That is a unique one. So there's that. Training is fashion. And that actually skips over one too, so... 85%. We're doing pretty good with our, with raising that, so that's nice. Might as well just go ahead and raise everybody's while we're here. Let's go do Die next. Then we'll go hit Logan. Got anything fun to do? Could you not say something awkward? Also, I love the music here. I think I've said that, but still. What am I at right now? Level 2? Okay, yeah. And then 24%. So we're not on anything yet. Just making sure. Really happy. Something fun. Could we not talk about something fun? I'm not feeling it right now. How about dating? Because that seems like it would be fun, but I guess not for him. This is unexpected. I thought you were boring. Hold it. Let's not talk about something awkward. If you're going to talk about something awkward, don't bother. How about missions? Okay, I'll stay put until tomorrow. Dang it. Because, you know, he wants to run off and everything, if you remember. Let's see, you're doing well. Let's see. Cooking is the only thing that he's better at than me. Or something like that. Love full dress uniforms, so fashion. carry out missions. Luckily, Kana and Logan are the easiest because whatever they say, that's what they want to talk about. Meanwhile, Cower and Elsie are the hardest because they give you no hints at all. Also, Airless is the only one with a level 1, really? That's so weird. What? Me? I'm sorry. Conversation? Well, let's see. So, training. Hilikapi. Playing. Yeah, you just kind of have to know what the order is here. And for level 2, nothing yet. Mission. You look happy. I guess that's it for today. You also have to know where those, like, cues, like, what percentages those cues are for, like, what they're, like, where they diverge from their normal path is, so. I'm on 13 here. Stop acting like you know me. You don't. No, I don't. I want to know more about you. But 12%, so nothing yet. Fashion. These guys are so hard. Like, before I found this tool, it was just impossible. I have no idea how you're supposed to do this without just straight up knowing what they want you to say, you know? It's just impossible. Alright, well that gave us some for everybody. Got Kana training again, so we'll probably handle that as we go along. Assuming that I bother with that, because this might be the last episode, because I am in a need for food sort of state, hypoglycemia. We still got a couple minutes in this episode, so. Well, if it isn't Serene, what brings you here today? Do you need a book? Merlin said Eiren's journal is a big, heavy tome. Maybe Eiren knows where it is. If it's not here, it may be in Terra's royal library. Explain to Era what Eiren's journal looks like, based on the Ace's descriptions. I'm sorry, this is such a strange coincidence. I just recently found a similar book shoved away in the back corner of a bookshelf. Is locating the journal really going to be this easy? Era returns after a lot of searching and hands over an old, tattered book. This might be what you're looking for. Its record shows it's arrived here before I was even born. It's such an old book. What are the odds that two people would ask for it at nearly the same time? Yes, someone else looked at it recently. Studied it for quite a while. He was completely engrossed, muttering over it for hours. Then suddenly he said, "It's done," handed it back and took off. Strange. Anyway, I bet this is the one you need. It's too old to sell for any kind of profit, so why don't you just take it? It's got Eiren's name in it. You should read it. Eiren's journal. Alright, 9 pages. When I was young, I lived on the outskirts of a village with my mother. Loved being so far from others, alone to think and dream, listening to the sigh of the wind across the fields. Thought it was for reasons like this that my mother had taken me there, but I was wrong. Took me there so that other children would be safe from me. As I grew older, I began to dream of my father. Tried to talk with mother about it, but she told me I needed to stop wondering, stop imagining, stop thinking about anything other than my chores and how they would help me find a good marriage. A disciplined man, she said, would make the dreams go away. If I didn't want the dreams to go away, my mother would appear and tell me that I was special, that I had a power hidden inside me called the Slaw. My father would appear, rather, as a spirit more feared than death itself, a spirit that fed on dread, hopelessness, and fear, on all the emotions that wither a human heart. It sounds like an appalling way for a child to live, but these terrible emotions, which he collectively called Dorcha, could be harnessed. Harnessed? If I could learn to do that, I would not be doomed to a life of inner horror. Instead, I could harness the Dorcha and use it as energy, so that I could be a force for good in the world. The Slaw inside me gives me the ability to leech Dorcha from my opponents. As long as I remain strong, with a heart full of love and hope, I can consume the Dorcha to galvanize my own attacks. Dorcha will make me into a true hero. But why do full-blooded Fomors not use their Dorcha themselves? I suspect they are unable to consume it as I do. It's just that it just sits inside of them like a tumor, growing larger and larger as the Fomor grows more bitter, more frightened, and more evil. Here the page is so badly damaged the writing is illegible. Traveling with the Ace Heroes. There was another raid last night. We must not let our guard down. Despite our easy victories, we must consider the possibility that these raids are a mere distraction, and that the enemy's true goal is something else entirely. Here the paper is damaged again. What is happening? There are brief moments in battle when I realize I am not acting of my own volition, that I am being controlled by something else. It scares me. Gods, it scares me. But thankfully no one else has noticed, and I can't let them know, ever. They would stop trusting me, perhaps even stop seeing me as one of their own. I need to find a solution by myself. Every day I struggle to repress and damp down the slaw. I'm excited, I'm exhausted, emotionally, spiritually. I hardly even sleep anymore. Merlin finally noticed my haggard appearance, and I could hardly keep from shaking as I confessed what's been happening to me. He wanted me to tell the other aces. I was scared, but I let him do it. The compassion they all showed me. Thought that I would be banished and reviled, but all they wanted to do was help. Together, they created a runestone which bore their engravings. A source of power that allayed the slaw's energy. Might be the only reason now that the slaw has not wrested control away from me completely. About Bakram. If the slaw feeds on darkness, could I starve it by filling my soul with the opposite force? I'm not certain, but I already have a name for this theoretical force. Bakram. It is everything Dorcha is not. Hope, love, justice. I just need to find a way to manifest these things. To manifest Bakram. Many pages have been ripped out from this part of the research log. Oh dear. Slaw's true identity. It's a lie. It can't be possible. The slaw's true identity. All along it's been... The bottom part of this page is torn to shreds. Uh-oh. That doesn't seem good. Resolution. Where did it all go wrong? I'm losing control again. Manifesting Bakram saps all my energy. And all I can think about is the nightmare I now have every night, in which I can't manifest any Bakram at all. The slaw devours me from the inside out. I'm so afraid this might come true. I'm so afraid. The only way to make sure it never happens is to seal myself away. And no more entries. So, who took the journal? Who tore it apart? And what is the true identity of the slaw? That's the real question. Hi, Merlin. Serene, you're here. Did you learn anything about the journal? Found Eiren's journal at the Dunbarton bookstore. What should you tell Merlin? Think I found something. I did not find anything useful. Think I found something. Eiren's old journal is brimming with information. There's bound to be something useful in it. You found it. Fantastic. What does it say? And Serene doesn't seem enthused. I would guess it doesn't contain anything useful. If you don't mind, may I take a look as well? It's a sliver of hope. We just have to keep searching. Of course, I'm telling you, we're getting closer. Hope you two are right. Serene, Eiren is waiting for you. We'll take a closer look at the journal while you're training. Mystic Pass. Alright, well, before I go using the Mystic Pass again to go meet Eiren, I'm going to end this episode off here. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. Check the video description down below for a link to the playlist. That way you can get caught up on any episodes you might have missed. And with that, I'll see you all next time. See you later.